Alright legends, we're back again with another video. Today we're looking at the Demonfx AT. It's the JHS Andy Timmons clone. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to do this YouTube thing a little bit more, especially being a music student at uni. I'm trying to create a bit of a portfolio. So any sort of support, likes, subscribes, whatever it may be, does mean the absolute world to me, and it keeps me motivated to keep doing this thing. It is a distortion pedal with a boost on it, so it's super versatile, heaps of options on it, which is cool. You've got your volume and drive, obviously, boost level for the boost side of the pedal, EQ, which is basically a global tone, and then there's an air knob on there, which is pretty much like a presence sort of setup on it. It's also got a 3-way toggle that toggles in between a 25 watt, a 50 watt and a 100 watt simulation, so it's basically a Marshall in a box. The different switches just give you different amounts of headroom, so while some may sound more compressed and tight, the other ones might be a little bit more open up, a little bit more open, a little looser bottom end. I tend to run mine on the 50 watt mode because it's a good mix in between the both. And yeah, same thing with the last video. We're just going to go through a bunch of random settings, and yeah, let's go. Just briefly before we do that, quick rundown: budget pedal, budget guitar. So Squier 40th anniversary classic vibe. Going into the pedal, the only other pedal that I'm using in that board is the Hall of Fame for a bit of reverb, new X Amp Academy into my DAW. That's literally it. So the settings that I tend to use it for are like you know, reasonably high gain, but they're not out of control. Yeah. So the switch, 25 watt mode, so there's a big volume drop. A lot more gain at those settings. Even with singles, it chugs really nicely. The 50 that I was using, good rocky tone. The next one is 100 watt. So noticeably louder, a lot tighter, a lot more bottom end, and not as much gain. Lastly, 50. Like I said, it's a mix between the two. Solo boost, obviously. Turn it up. Cool thing about it is it still works when you've got the overdrive part of the pedal off, so that's really, really cool. Saves you having to buy a second boost, I guess. But yeah, we're just going to muck around with some different settings, some different tones, and we'll go from there. Cleans up nicely too. I mean, it's a high gain pedal. It's not going to sound like a really nice natural overdrive. But then a natural, natural overdrive in a live setting, you're not really going to notice too much of a difference between this. But a natural overdrive doesn't do this. So yeah, Demonfx AT the JHS knockoff. Again, not going to get into the clone argument. I'll cover that at a later date. What's good about it? Versatile. It's got lots of options on it. Sounds good. It sounds nice and tight. It's very classic rock, very hair metal if you want it to be. It's just a very good sounding modded Marshall in a box. I really, really enjoy this pedal. The boost side of it is really good. If you, the way I run it at gigs is specifically for a couple songs where I've got a lot of high gain rhythm playing and then solos interspersed in different sections. So I can leave that pedal on, hit the boost for the solos, turn it off, and then I'm not tap dancing heaps. That side of it's really good. Downside to it, it is kind of noisy, but then again, I'm playing a telly on stage, and at the moment I'm playing a Strat, so it's all singles. I'm using humbuckers, it's relatively quiet, but again, it's a high gain pedal, so you got to expect a bit of noise. Would I buy it again? Maybe. I don't know. It's one of those things where, because it's so cheap and you use it and it's really good, if it breaks, you're not necessarily likely to go and buy it again. You might invest your money somewhere else and try something else. That's what I do anyway. The bad sides to it, like I said, the noise. If you're new to dialing in tones, having an EQ control and a presence control can sometimes be a little confusing, and it gets unwieldy relatively quickly. The three switches, unless you're listening really carefully, if you set the volumes of each of those three dip switch settings so they're all even, you're hard pressed telling what they're doing unless you listen really carefully. It does add like a subtle nuance to the tone, which is awesome, and I love that. But if you're new to playing, you might not necessarily either enjoy it or notice it. So keep that in mind. But yeah, all in all, I enjoy it. It's good, especially for what I use it for. It's worked out really well. But yeah, if you've got any questions, comments, anything like that, please feel free to drop a comment down below. But yeah, with that being said, thanks heaps. Enjoy your day. See you next time.